Oh yes, welcome back my friends. It is 9:48 p.m. April 5th, 2019 and we are doing a weather update. Now before I get started, this is actually just coming into me right as we speak. You see this little blow up going on over Texas here, considered North Texas. That's what they said in the article at least. They're recording some pretty significant sized hail. A lot of times, hail is associated with tornadoes. I'm not sure about tornadoes in this region at the moment, but that is a significant part of this video because we have a situation coming up where yeah, we're going to be seeing some tornadoes, especially for those storm chasers out there. They're going to love this, and others are not going to like that. So, over the past couple days, we have seen the panhandle of Florida, and even earlier as we move west, beginning in Texas and then over through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. We've been having some of the craziest lightning I've seen in a long time. It has taken a bit of a break as of now. You can see these are live strikes still going on. But about 20 hours ago, guys, this entire area was just a glob of pink and yellow and white and just strike after strike after strike. We're in the tens of thousands of strikes. So that is due to the warm moisture air, that is severe storm situations, that is all being caused by the changing of the seasons and the Gulf Stream, guys. The Gulf Stream is a very big deal this time of year, especially during tornado season. And again, we have a countdown going on, guys. 55 days, 22 hours, 11 minutes, and 2 seconds until the official start of the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season. And every single year, this is what we begin to see. We start to see our temperatures obviously dip up. It's a little bit warmer. Obviously, we had a lot of cold rain and snow in the last about 16 hours in the Northeast. I woke up today with sleet and snow. It quickly went away. That front is now passing out, as you can see here on Tropical Tidbits. This would be our latest frame, so we can expect this to be out of the way, at least for the east side of the U.S., in the next couple hours. It is saying April 6th, so I'm assuming over midnight. But what's happening after that is what I want to talk about. So this is the tornado situation I want to speak about. Yes, this did have the potential for tornadoes. Like I said, there was very severe hail going on. The panhandle of Florida had very, very significant storms over the past couple of days and still are right now, as I showed you on the lightning chart. So keep an eye in this area. If you are in that area, this will more than likely cross over the border of the northern part of Florida rather than settling down into the state of Florida itself, even though the rain is coming up from the Gulf. So, I mean, wet is wet, but then dangerous lightning is another situation. So, we're beginning to see these yellows and reds, guys. These are where we are looking for our severe storms, and we're going to see a lot of these streaks coming up right along Tornado Alley and Tornado Valley. You remember from last year, you call it whatever you want. But let's move forward in Tropical Tidbits real quick just to give you an idea of what we're going to be seeing in the next couple days. We do get a little bit of a break in the east. It's going to be a little warm, but then this is what's going to happen according to the data as of right now. Even this shot right here, this shows me tornado activity. When you see straight line bands going basically in a diagonal area towards the Great Lakes, that's why they call it Tornado Alley. It's not really a straight line up, although it could be. There's no real rules in weather, guys. You got to understand that. Things change, things morph. It's all dependent on what's going on around certain things. But when you see these straight line storms, those are what spin off tornadoes. And I've been watching a lot of Netflix documentaries and stuff like that. There's a couple cool old ones on there about storm chasers. A lot of them got canceled because, it's just, it's a very expensive hobby unless you have sponsorships and stuff like that. But just seeing, how they go about chasing these storms is very interesting. You see just one cell, and in this part of the country, it's basically just like grid. It's a checkerboard of roads. You can go straight for 400 miles, make a right, and go right for 400 miles. So they do make it kind of easy to get to these storms if need be. That's why the Tornado Alley is a great area for those storm chasers to be at this time of year, but not for those that live in the houses that are in the paths of these tornadoes. So I'm not saying that this will produce tornadoes 100%. I'm saying I'm seeing the traits that line up for it with the warm weather, the severe weather down in the Gulf. That warm Gulf is the water in the Gulf, I'm sorry guys, the water in the Gulf is warming up at a rapid pace, which is producing a lot of these storms. Moisture moving up from the ground, mixing with the atmospheric conditions. It's going to get rolled up by our jet stream, and then we're going to start seeing those spin-off tornadoes in the Carolinas possibly. We could see them go off into Oklahoma. And then, like I said, guys, I've made a video where there was overturned trucks and damaged buildings in northeast Pennsylvania last year. I still have those pictures. My brother took, he is an EMT worker and a firefighter in this area. My other brother is the meteorologist for the Navy. So I do have two sources of some pretty cool pictures and info to share with you guys when we have it. So, but also check out northern New York and even into Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. We're still looking at snow situations, ice and sleet, stuff of that nature. We are not quite out of the woods yet, guys. We are in spring. It's the first week of spring. We all know what can happen. We've had blizzards on Easter. I do not consider winter over until I either see a storm in my area where there's lightning and it's warm weather, or until I see a hurricane. That is basically the rules I'm going by from now on. Over by the Colorado Rockies, we can clearly see there will be snow coming in, low pressure systems moving in from the Alaskan region, and then we have our other systems that come in through the Baja, meeting right at ground zero. As always, we are looking a bit into the future now, April 11th, Thursday. But this is looking to be somewhat interesting too. Check that out. So as this thing is moving along the I-70 corridor, which runs from Utah through the Chesapeake Bay, we're going to have some rounds of Gulf and Bermuda moisture coming up the East Coast. Low pressure system right off the northeast here. At the same time, another low pressure system coming underneath with snow backed behind it, moving straight across the U.S. And then check this out. We're talking April 11th, this Thursday. As of right now, according to the data, the top end of this is looking like snow into Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan's in there across the lakes, so we could be dealing with lake effect snow. West side of New York, Buffalo, Watertown, northeast Pennsylvania, snow again. And guys, in the next 7 days, my weather app says it's going to be 60s and 70s, and then yet I look at this and it's showing snow. So it's like, oh, you just want to rip your hair out sometimes with this stuff. But that's why I love it, because it's just constantly changing. Every day is a new story. It's just, that's, you know, what more could you ask for than just new stuff that you're interested in every single day? Now, this strip right here concerns me because when you get these, that means very, very strong storms, especially near the coast. That will involve coastal erosion. That will, because at this point we're counterclockwise. When you see those low pressures, even though these rings here, I always tell you guys, when you get those tight round rings, that means high wind rates. These rings are a little bowed out and a little weird. That doesn't mean the wind won't be there, because when you see these yellows, that involves wind. Yellow is severe weather. So we got severe storms going on about 200, maybe 300, 400 miles away from a snowstorm. So yeah, we are in a transition period at the moment, and if we want to go crazy today, let's just move forward as far as we can to the 15th and 16th. A similar situation moving straight across the I-70 corridor, doing the same thing, ending up saturating the southeast. Will this be a trend for the summer? Let's hope not. And then it breaks out into the ocean, breaking the 1,000 millibars. Guys, we're getting close to hurricane season. 56 days is not that far away. It'll be on top of us any moment. I believe they predicted, a friend of mine on Instagram sent me some of the updates he's been getting. They're expecting 2 to 4 major hurricanes. Nothing about landfalls. They're expecting probably 4 to 8 significant storms and then 12 to 14 tropical storms. You know me. I think it's going to be a little bit more heavy than that, but that's wishful thinking. I'm a YouTube creator. Of course, I'm going to say that. So, all right, enough of tropical tidbits. I'm tired of looking at this one. So let's check out the water vapor just to show you the amount of water that is being dumped onto the Florida Panhandle right now. And that was the same amount of water that was yesterday being dumped all over Louisiana and parts of southeast Texas. So southeast Texas, you need to be ready for the possibility of tornadoes. This is very possible. The severe weather is up in this area, and with hail comes tornadoes. Not all the time, but that is a telltale sign of tornadoes. When you start getting big hail, you get those green skies, you get the yellowish skies, those very, very eerie looking skies that you just know are not normal. That's when you want to start checking your local weather, stuff of that nature. So I always urge people to go to their local weather first. It's probably the most accurate as far as your area goes. I mean, we do have our county by county charts we can look at, but that would require jumping on the internet, searching this, that, and the other. And, I feel like you just get better updates with local, like ham radio, or not ham radio, but local radio stations that will give you constant updates, on the hour, every 15 minutes, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, with this situation, I would think that that is something people should be prepared for. I'm not saying this is going to be some crazy, deadly tornado outbreak. I'm just saying the pieces are in part for this to happen. So let's check out the other Doppler radar. Look at this, and you could see those deep reds match perfectly with those very, very white colors. That means there's a lot of moisture. And then again, guys, you compare it to the lightning. So we see dark, dense white, we see dark reds, and then we see lightning. That means severe storms. So it's a very simple concept. When you want to look at these charts, when you see these spots like this, you can expect that there's some pretty crazy weather going on there at that moment. And these are storm cells, guys. They come and go like magic tricks. Like, they will pop up out of nowhere. They will give you winds of 30, 40, 50 miles per hour, and then the next thing you know, you're looking out and it is sunshine again. So that's the type of situation we're in as far as the seasonal changing going as we make our way into spring. Northeast, not so much seeing spring yet, even though my phone says 64 degrees. It is not 64 degrees. Okay, what else do we got here? All right, we checked out water vapor. We checked out Doppler. We checked out our countdown. All right, let's take a look at the names they chose this year. And we got some interesting ones in there. In fact, one stuck out to me because this is my girlfriend's cat's name, Sebastian. I always look for names that I know. My best friend Mark, his mother passed away. Olga, oh my God, what a wonderful lady she was. All right, so anyway, I don't want to get too carried away, waste your time here. So we got Andrea, Barry, Chantel, I believe, Dorian, Aaron, Fernand, Gabriel, Humberto, I believe that's Spanish. I knew a guy named Numberto. Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca with a K. Sorry, again, the mouse. I have not fixed this mouse issue yet. It is making me crazy. All right, and then we got Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. So yes, there are missing letters. There's always missing letters when it comes to the names of hurricanes. They usually skip Q, V, just words you don't usually can find a name for. But check this out, guys. This shot is pretty amazing. You don't see this too often either. This big purple-looking explosion thing is what caused all that lightning, and there may have been fires reported due to this lightning. I have not looked into that quite yet, as I just got here to put this video out for you guys. But with that said, that's what we're looking forward to, guys. We have a very strong low pressure system moving up the northeast, definitely tornado producing potential. And then this thing, I don't know what this is going to do yet, but it's going to be an issue for California. California is going to be hit with some monster rains. We're going to have some more mudslides. It's like it's just nonstop for California, guys. And I know I have not been doing a lot of weather updates. So much going on lately. I've been trying to get out shorter videos, some interesting stuff to you guys without, bothering those that run the YouTube. We're trying to stay on the straight and narrow here and provide good information, accurate information, and at the same time, interesting stuff. We don't want to sit here and just read charts all day, even though it's a passion. We want to see cool things, and, it's just trying to find a way around all these rules with YouTube on how to post things the right way without, copyright issues. And so I'm learning on the fly. I'm learning as I go. This is my second year as a regular creator. I've had other channels in the past, But this is definitely my route. This is my calling. So I will be here for this for the long run for sure. I've said that many times. So basically, I want to help you guys be safe, and I'm sure you guys want the same. So with that said, check out the temperatures, guys. Texas, you are warm, but you're getting hit with some rain. It is warming up all over the country. We just got a few more spots just to get over with, and we can finally maybe see this chart turn all yellow for once and get some nice sun out there. We need some vitamin D up here in the Northeast, big time. Besides that, this was the earthquake we had before, 6.6. That was my cell phone video. Usually when you see my cell phone videos, it's because I don't have access to my laptop. So I guess that's what I have for you now, guys. I will be working on another video as it's early for me. At least with this one, I'm usually posting around midnight now, so some of you might get this now. But yeah, this is a pretty cool site. I'm taking a snapshot of that one. You don't see those a lot. All right, guys, please be safe down in the Panhandle of Florida. This thing is going to come up the East Coast. It's going to be a little windy and a little hard to be on the beach in the next couple days. So, especially in the Northeast, it's just going to be too cold. Besides that one day of 60s and then back to snow. So, all right, my friends, thank you all so much for your patience. I appreciate the comments. You name it, we appreciate every single one of you, including the conversation I just had with a few people on a previous video. That's how you work things out on YouTube, and that's why I was so happy about that. That is what this is all about, guys. Thank you so much. We will talk soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.